Hello everyone, my name is Nick and I'm going to share this content which will help you to manage your start menu layout via group policy. So I will be creating this video. Um, I will be using some link as a reference and I will be showing you the links which I will use in this video, and those are from the Microsoft links. So you see this one, the customize export link, this one, export the start layout. You just need to search for this one, start menu layout via group policy, and you will see multiple contents regarding the same. And then I will be using these to export the start layout, and then I will be enforcing this start layout via group policy. Okay, so let me show you, let me quickly go through this one. Let me show you that this will be my lab environment. So where I have a server 2019 and multiple hosts here, Windows 10. So I will be assuming that you already have a domain controller with all the required roles installed, and then you must have multiple host machines connected to the domain itself, like in an organizations where one administrator tried to manage the start menu for all the users. So you can use this way, you can implement a group policy in the server and you can enforce the same group policy which will affect on all the hosts machine. You can configure these start menu layout via two ways. The one is um, one is via user configurations, and then you see computer configuration and then user configuration. I will be creating a new group policy which will help you to, you can configure the same in your environment if you want to implement or enforce the same. So I will be using server 2019 as a, and then Windows 2000 Windows 10 as a host machine. So suppose you want the start menu pattern should be like this one for all the users, or let me delete this one, unpin from this one. Suppose I do not want snip and sketch here, I do not want stickies. What I need is suppose I do not need calci. What I need is, let me see what all things I can add here. I already have office, let me remove all the things here. Suppose you want to you first need to set up this start menu the way you want it to be. The first thing I want is paint 3D. Suppose for all the users, what I need is one node for all the users. And the same way, let me add photos here, and apart from this, let me add stickies here. So I want only these four, and I want to restrict all the other users not to use other things. Okay, suppose I want only these four things should be visible to the users. What I need is there are few more things. Before that, I would like to discuss with you. You need to first understand that with the different version you need to use different commands. Like if you are using the Windows 10 with these versions 16 or 7, 17 or 3 or lower than 19 or 18 or 9. Okay, if you are using Windows 10 lower than 18 or 9, then you will need to use this one. It doesn't need that use desktop application ID. It doesn't use this. Instead of this path with the versions more than greater than 18 or 9, it uses desktop application ID. So you need to use this one if you are using the Windows 10 18 or 9 or higher. So let me show you what versions I have here on this machine. Well, if you go to this one, you will see that version 21H2, so it's higher than the one which is 18 to 9. So what you need to do is open the PowerShell here, open PowerShell with admin rights here, and you just need to copy that specific command from there and paste it here. Suppose you name you want to save this file to other locations. Suppose you just need to mention the path here where you want to save this. Start.xml. Okay, so I have saved this file here. Let me show you that file where it's saved. You see, this is the file which we are talking about. You need to create one XML file, and then we need to force this XML via group policy so that every users in the organizations use the same start menu layout. Okay, so I only used four. Instead of these four, you can add more. Okay, but I would not recommend you to edit this one and then make changes from there. I will not recommend you the same this one. I do not want you to go through this one and add certain things here. I would recommend you to click on this start menu and configure this one, then move it to XML file and then use this file to implement micro policy. And now what you need to, once you create this XML file, what you need to do is you need to create a folder here and name anything like so. The motive is we need start layout. Okay, so why we are doing this one, so that we can save this XML file to a shared location. Okay, yeah. I will be sharing this. Every organization has some shared path already, so you can use, instead of creating a new folder, you can use that path. I'm going to share this folder from here so that it can be accessible from server, from domain controller. I will be sharing this to everyone. Share this one. Okay, so I have this path. Copy this path. Okay, once you share this folder, this one, you need to copy this path and you need to make sure that you should be able to access this path from your server. Okay, open the file explorer, try to go to this path and see this path must be accessible from your server. Then only you can implement this via group policy. Wherever you save, make sure that it should be accessible from the server and all the host machine. I mean, this file should be accessible to all the host machine. Now what I need is here I will be creating a group policy. Okay, you can create a specific OU and then you can move that you can implement that to that OU. Suppose I'm creating one new organization unit. Suppose you have some other organization unit which says site 1. Okay, or suppose you want to use this kind of start layout for agents only. So what you can do is you can implement this kind of this group policy to these specific agents. So in that case, what you need to do is I'm going to refresh this so that we can refresh here. Now I can do here, right click there, create a group policy. I'm creating group policy on this agent. So what I need is start layout, start. Okay, so start lay. Suppose I'm creating this one. Now once I have this start layout created, I need to edit this one. I need to expand this. User configuration policies, go to administrative templates, expand this one. You will see start menu layout or start menu and taskbar. And there you have the start menu, start layout. Double click there, click on enable and then paste this path. With this path, you need to make sure that you need to type the name of that file, either start or start.xml. put it there and then click on OK. That's all. What you need to do is, since you have this is a user policy, right? So you need to make sure that we have users in that specific OU, right? So we need to check if we have some users in that OU. We do not have any users, right? So what I need to do is I need to create some users here. Suppose I'm create John. So this is my user, and I want this policy should be affecting on this user, for this user, right? So what I need to do is, let me go to that user quick and see if we will be able to find. And I mean, first I will have to update the group or run the group policy. So far I have implemented this via user policy. We have computer policy as well. So first I will be checking if not like we created user name John. This is going to take some time. Let me pause this video for quicks and then we will be back once this will complete. So here we go. We we were able to log into the machine, and now let me click on this start and see we have these four icons only for this specific user, the user we just created, right? So that's how you can implement this kind of group policy, which and if you want to manage the start menu layout from the group policy, you can use this way. And instead of user, if you want this kind of policy should affect on entire machine, you can do this way. Let me show you that. So we set the policy for this one, right? User policy. Instead of user policy, what you can do is expand the computer configurations and click on the administrative templates, click on start menu and taskbar, and then the start layout, right? Enable this and then paste that specific path where you have that file saved and then apply. Make sure that you have that file saved to that path. I mean, make sure you have that file shared with everyone, right, in readable format or for the authenticated user at least. And you need to paste that path here to that computer policy. That's all from my end for this for now, and we'll join you in next video. Thank you everyone.